Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Car Mechanics Simulator 2015. We've got the Imperator here, the Delray Imperator, a Dodge Charger pretty much, with a pretty horrible engine. This'll be probably a big rebuild, even though the conrods and pistons are actually okay. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff wrong with this engine, with this car, as you can see. Gearbox stuff, probably the clutch and the clutch thingy. Yeah, clutch thingy, that's the official word for it. Exhaust stuff, probably the manifold, and all the parts of the exhaust, actually. Sway bars and such, steering columns, filters, and tapping sounds, that probably the timing related or something. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff. The car doesn't even start, so we'll have to do something about that. And it's gonna be a new block as well. So yeah, quite interesting. Wait a second. This car had injection? It's a mechanical. No, it's direct injection. Oh, yeah, of course, because it's probably the new Dodge Charger, not the old stuff. Okay. Oh. All right. I thought it was still powered by steam. Ignition coil, silly me. Well, let's take the covers off. This cover will need to be replaced as well. There we go. Lovely. Alright, let's take the fuel rails. Now these are important. 86 and I don't know what the other one was. Because you can't actually see the rest of them. Just like these camshafts, for example. I can already see the spark plug. And these spark plugs are pretty bad. So let's see, the camshaft. Yep, that's bad. That's bad. That's good. That's bad. But anyway, everything has to come off anyway because we'll need to replace the block. Oh yeah, the idler roller, and then the belt, and then the other belt. Oh yeah, the tensioner needs to come off. There we go. Everything needs to come off. It would be kind of cool if you could just buy a new engine straight up and put it in. That would be kind of interesting, don't you think? There we go. Actually, you know what I'm missing on these things? Shouldn't some of these, especially American cars have superchargers as well? Because I think they're more partial to superchargers than, like over here in Europe, where we mostly have turbochargers. So yeah, I'm kind of missing those. That would be kind of cool to work on as well. Now, I haven't ever driven a car with a supercharger. But I wouldn't mind doing so, because it has to be a pretty interesting experience, with the pretty loud intake noises from the supercharger itself. Because I'm mostly just used to the whine, which is pretty cool sounding, make no mistake, but the whine of the turbochargers. Right, let's take the throttle off, which is pretty damn big. Wait. What? That doesn't make any sense. Where the hell does this throttle go? And where's the air filter? The air filter... Oh, right, of course. Okay, it doesn't actually show us. There should be, pipes going over here from the throttle to the air filter. Because taking the air from here would be just crazy. Oh my god, look at that gearbox. That is bad. Alright, the manifold comes off. And then the heads. Oh yeah, have to take the... exhaust manifolds out. There we go. And now the head. The block, actually, I take it back. It's the heads we'll need to replace, not the blocks. Yeah, the cylinders, as we've done the compression test, look pretty good. We'll, of course, have to take off the oil pan and check out the stuff underneath, the crankshaft and such. Now let's take the head off. This is going to be a fairly expensive repair for the customer, but it's pretty good for us. Alright, there it is. Now the crankshaft, we'll need to check that underneath the car. Anything else we can do over here? Not much, the fuel filter really. ABS stuff looks good, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. Alright, can't do anything with this, we'll have to move it on a lifter. Let's start the engine now, yeah! off you go. Who would buy a Dodge Charger with a shit brown color like this, though? Ugh. I mean, you know, of course I understand that everyone has their preferences, but bloody hell. Brown? I don't think I've ever... Actually, no, I take that back. I have driven a Dacia Duster, which was of a brown color. Which actually wasn't that bad, but certainly not, not something I would pick. There's the drain. It had pretty good oil, which is a shame, but we have to change the oil anyway, I believe. I believe that's what the customer wanted. Filters, oil filter. No, they didn't. Okay, never mind. The oil is so cheap, it doesn't really matter. That oil filter was bad anyway, so we are replacing that. The oil pan looks fairly pristine. I think it should be like 90% or something. What is it? 83. Yeah. And the crankshaft, it looks good. As do the caps. Huh, interesting. Nothing wrong over here. Yeah. All this stuff looks good. So, yeah, we can already put that back on. Nothing wrong over here. Let's put that back on. That's quite a interesting looking oil pan, actually. Alright, now we have to take all this stuff apart, because it's in a very bad way. The running gear. Clink, 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 clink. The front end sway bar. I should probably also delete my... Oh yeah, this stuff needs to go as well. I should probably also delete the pictures from my phone of, you know, all the stuff that we needed to buy. I was taking the pictures, and I'll just have a mess. Oh well, I can do that on my own time. I won't bore you with it. Right, that has to come off. Right, we have to take this off anyway, because the stuff in there is rotten. It's rusted. Look at it. I have to take it off. Brilliant. The outer tie rod needs replacing, the inner one. The steering rack is actually okay, which is quite fortunate for the customer, because the steering rack, as we know, is 800 bucks. So, not really that cheap. The springs need to go. There we go. Front sway bar. Alright, this looks good. Now, let's take the starter motor off. The exhaust pipe, the catalytic converters, and the gearbox will need to come off, but of course... Oh yeah, that outer tie rod needs to go as well. And that rubber bushing, lest I forget later on. What about on the other side? No, looks good, I think. Alright, so, drive shaft. Come on. Rear wheel drive. Lovely. Alright, there we go. And now the gearbox can come off. That is quite the huge gearbox. Alright. Yeah, that pressure plate looks bad. Actually, not the pressure plate, the actual, what's that called? The flywheel. Alright. Goodbye. There we go. Crankshaft is okay. That's alright. Alright, let's take the middle muffler off, the exhaust pipe, the... Can I get to it? Can I get to it? The rear mufflers, both of them. Alright. Small rubber bushing. There's a lot of stuff wrong with this car, but it's good. It's good because, you know, the more stuff there is, the more XP we get. And, of course, money. Of course, money is not really such an issue right now. We've got over 31,000, and I still don't know how much these cars will cost that we'll be buying, but I'm really excited. I won those 9,000 bloody XP to buy the parking. So we can... It says you need the parking to store your collection. So wait a second. Is it just a collection? Or do you actually buy, you know, old cars, repair them, and then sell them on an auction? Or do you just buy cars on an auction? You've probably have been telling me that for a while now in the comments, but considering I'm recording this one in advance, oh, the rear drive axle needs to go off. There you go. It's kind of worrying me now. If it's only, you know, buying cars and then repairing them and then just having them in the parking garage or something to watch and admire, it's not really as satisfying to me as it is actually selling them. Well, we'll see. Hopefully you can sell them. Alright, the fuel pump seems to be okay. Actually, you know what? Let's just take it off just in case. No, it's okay. It is okay. That rubber bushing in there does not look good. Oops. Take that off, and that off, and that off. Everything needs to come off. There. Any more rubber bushings? Usually those are the ones that kind of creep up on you and are hidden, so you don't know that they're there, that you need to replace them. We found everything. Look at that. Alright. Well, you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm going to delete the pictures from my phone. There we go. I know I've said I would do it in my own time, but there you go. I've just done it. So, taking pictures, flywheel, gearbox, loud exhaust, controlling car feels loose, general running gear and repair, filters need replacing, tapping engine sounds, and lots of problems here. Alright. Let's go on a shopping spree. The guys will be happy again. Because we're getting lots of stuff. Right, a flywheel. Ooh, 500. A gearbox. A V8 gearbox. We need 2 catalytic converters. Maybe I should just catalytic 2 of them. We need the exhaust manifold for a V8. A V8. It's only 85 and an exhaust pipe. And a front exhaust pipe, which is actually over there. Middle muffler. And 2 rear mufflers. V8, of course. Now we need tie rods. Tie rod. We need an inner one, 2 outer ones. We need a sway bar. Oops. Sway bar. Rear end link. 2 of them. And lots of stuff. Shock absorber. Front shock absorber cap. Oh. Front spring. Wait, none of this front sway bar? What? Haven't we... Oh, no, this one. Alright. Front wheel hub. 2 of them. Rear axle. Housing A. Rear shock absorber A. No, I just screwed that one. We screwed it up. We needed the cap. Yeah. Oh well. Rear suspension arm. 2 of them. And a B. Some rubber bushings. 2 of them. And a small one. And a sway bar front end link A. Alright, then we need the usual. We need the filters. We need the fuel filter, oil filter, and an air filter. And we need camshafts. V8. Wait, only 2? Didn't we see 3 red ones? Huh. I could have sworn we saw 3. That's odd. Alright, engine head. A V8 one. Wow, 1500. And we need 2 of them. Lovely. We also need a head cover. A V8. We need the B. We need the idler roller. A and B. And we need lots of spark plugs. Oops. Spark plug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throttle. Man, there's a lot of stuff we need to buy. And a timing cover. V8. And that's it, believe it or not. We've actually bought everything we need for the brown machine. Alright, let's assemble stuff. I think I like working on the engine most, because it's cool to see all those things that are put in. And can you just imagine all those things moving at crazy, crazy speeds? You know, it's ridiculous if you think about the pistons and conrods and everything. Well, the pistons really, you know. Just imagine taking your engine up to, I don't know, 6,000 revolutions per minute. The pistons, the forces involved, it's just ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. I mean, of course, that's why you don't really drive with an engine at 6,000 RPM for, I don't know, 10 minutes or, you know, bloody hell, even longer. I wouldn't even have it at 6,000 for 1 minute, jeez. But anyway, you know, tolerances aside, the forces involved are just ridiculous. It's how, sometimes you ask yourself, how does this stuff stay together? How does it even work like that? How do the pistons not just absolutely disintegrate? And, well, in some cases they do. If you've watched any YouTube videos of people pushing their engines to the limit, or then, you know, even... Oh, we already had a filter. Or then even using stuff like nitrous oxide and stuff. Which, of course, you know, cools the cylinder. And because of the colder temperatures and the extra air, it causes much better burning. Flywheel. Clutch plate. We already had one of those. That's because I bought it in error, but there you go. There, and the huge gearbox, which is a completely new one, so that's nice. Starter motor will be put on as well. Come on. There you go. And the drive shaft. Well, I can put the catalytic converters on right now. All new. Metal muffler. Come on, can I please go there? Thank you. The drive shaft. Okay, let's screw it back in there as well. I can't even hear the screws. I know I always say that, but there you go. Alright, fine. We'll do the suspension arm because it's so impatient. It's right in our face. I want to be screwed in. Wait a second, that didn't sound right. And the small rubber bushing there. I like the sound effects. Cling, 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 cling. And the cap. There we go. Sway bar. A lot of this car has been rebuilt with new parts. Jeez. It's pretty crazy. Anything else missing there? I don't think so. Alright, now this part, which has been pretty much completely taken apart. There we go. No, come on. Lots of small rubber bushings, as you can see. Yeah, let's put that on the calipers and the pads. Sway bar. The suspension arm. I wouldn't mind driving a car like this. But you already know that I'm a bit of a nut for V8 engines. There we go. Shock absorber. Did I buy one too many? Yeah, apparently I did. Oh well. Doesn't matter. I mean, we've got lots of money. There we go. Oh. Small... Oh, not the small rubber bushing, but the rubber bushing. There's that part. And I think that's it here at the back. Oh yeah, of course, the hub bearing and the wheels. What else is missing? Apparently the rear axle drive. There we go. Excellent. Alright, that's that part. Now, over here. What are we missing? I'm sure we're missing something. Maybe a rubber bushing, perhaps. No, the rubber bushings are there. Wait a second, this is the back. There we go. I'm sure I'm missing something here. Really? Nothing? It's just the engine? Okay. Alright. Let's take it down. Did I replace the oil filter? Yes, I have. Alright. So, let's bring the car down. And, we'll finish it up next time. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye-bye.